Good morning, everyone. Hope you can hear me. And today I have a quote for you from my super favorite, Meister Eckhart. And he wrote a long time ago, I tell you the truth. Any object you have in mind, however good, will be a barrier between you and the inmost truth. Any object that you have in mind, however good, will be a barrier between you and the inmost truth. This guy was writing in the 14th century, 1300s, talking about the same thing we're talking about today, which is the one thing that's between you and me and the divine is ourselves. Whatever I have in my mind, however good that thing is a barrier between me and the divine. I'm in my own way. My thoughts, however good they are in my way. And that is why we practice meditation, to have a moment or moments on a regular basis of stillness. Because he also said something to the effect of, if there is any place in the universe where God is found the most, it's in stillness. And that's why we practice this. That's why I practice it anyway. I'm after that stillness to help remove the barriers between myself and the divine. And the barrier is anything in my mind, even if it's a good thing, because it's still a thing. And I'm after the no thing, the nothingness of God. As he said, the isness of God. I'm going to say hi to Rob, because I didn't say hi to you yet, and Chris and Sommer. Good morning, everybody, or good day, or good evening, wherever you are. So someone asked me to talk a little bit more about the chakra of the heart. You can focus in on the chakra of the heart. And the same is true for the chakra of the heart as it is for the mind, it is for the throat or the third eye. Anything you think about it is actually in your way. So meditation is a practice of unlearning. And if you want to open your heart up more, just place your mind inside your heart today. You can have that as the locus of your meditation. I often use my heart chakra as the balance, the point of my meditation. I maybe begin in my third eye and I focus up in here, and then I focus down in here, and I leave my mind here for the whole time. And every breath in, I place my mind here, and every breath out, I place my mind here. And my goal is not to imagine what it is or to feel what it is. My goal is to find stillness, to empty myself of myself and just be in my heart chakra, if that's what you want to work on to open it up. You can use that in any of them, any of your chakras, or you don't even have to use your chakras. You just have to breathe into your belly and breathe back up into your mind. And breathe into your belly and breathe into your mind and not have any preconceptions or ideas about what it is. That's why we have a mantra or a prayer or a sutra, is in order to control the mind, follow the breath, and the mind drops away, and we're left just observing the breath. And then sometimes even the observation of the breath falls away, and you just stay in the stillness for as long as you don't pay attention to it, because even a good thought about it becomes a barrier to the experience of the stillness. This is not new stuff. This is centuries and centuries and centuries old in the Western Christian tradition, but it's also the same is true in the Sufi tradition of mindfulness, which is not what they called it. But when the Sufis are dancing, they're in the same state of flow where they're not thinking language, they're just being in the presence. Anyway, my friends, let's see. Hey, Maggie and Susie, I should turn down the outside microphone because now you're hearing a truck go by. At least I was hearing the truck go by. So that's about it. Good morning, everyone. Any comments or questions before we begin our practice? The reason why we practice together is because where two or three are gathered, I am there. The I am who I am, the I am what I am, the I am that I am, the I am what I am is what Popeye said. The presence of the divine becomes magnified when we practice together. That's why we do it together. So I'm going to grab my clock here. Hey, Russell. Good morning, and I'm going to turn on my clock, and I pull my hat down a little bit, give myself a little shade because the light, it's too bright. I like to, if you're in your own space, it's a good idea to put your phone on airplane mode, darken your room as best as you can, cut out all the external sounds. You create a little self-isolation because it just makes the practice easier. Hello, Sybil and Chris. So question, these deep states of concentration like you just described, how does that compare with your death experience that I've heard you talk about? It becomes an access point. The reason why I'm in pursuit of the stillness is because that's where the door is. That's the door that opens into the divine inside of me. It's not as powerful as having no body at all and no brain to go along with it. The death experience is much more powerful, much more present, much more consuming. But meditation is a practice that allows that door to open up again and again and again. I open that door and I open that door and I open that door, and I create a space of stillness inside myself in the moments that I have the door open, and that stillness stays inside my belly for the day. It sits inside me and it accumulates over a long period of time. The whole point of this meditation in my personal life, why do I do this? Why have I done this for 40 years? Is in order to find the stillness of the divine inside myself, to give myself balance in the world. It won't ever bring the totality of the divine here. It can't, because I'm still in human form. And when I have no human form, when I'm dead and I'm out of my body and I'm back in the presence of the divine, there's no barrier between me and God. But here there is. And that barrier is basically my mind. And that's built in the biological way of being in the world. I'm a biological machine inside the world. And the only way to access my soul here is to quiet the biology of my mind down. So it's nothing here is comparable to heaven. Nothing. Even though heaven is present everywhere and it's in everything all the time, it's always at a reduced level. It's always so much smaller here. But the practice of meditation gives me the eyes to see it inside myself. It gives me the eyes to see it inside of other people and inside of nature itself. So the stillness eliminates my preconceptions of how things should be, and allow me to see what things actually are. And what things actually are made of the divine light itself. I hope that helps a little bit there, Chris. Let's see. It's like a taste. Yes, it's like a taste of it. Similar qualities of stillness and expansiveness, maybe. Yeah, that stillness is the expansiveness. It is the peace. When you tap into that stillness place inside yourself, as soon as you become present to it, as soon as you think, oh, it's expansiveness, oh, it's stillness, it stops. You cut it off. And so the whole idea is to not pay attention to it and just let it be what it is, and not try to define what it is. Just be inside of the presence of it. But yes, it's an expansiveness as well. But it's not my expansiveness. And neither is it my stillness. I'm stilling my mind, but it allows me to get underneath into the stillness that is, the isness itself. It is infinite. So talk about expansiveness. It's infinite. But we always experience it here in a sort of limited fashion. And unless you have a moment or an experience of divine union, which is something a little bit further along the path, because in the experience of the divine union, or the state of unitive, the unitive state of being, as Christian scholars call it, there is no self left to experience it. because the self is obliterated in the presence of the divine. And so when you come back from that kind of experience, you're left with a residual kind of a buzz from it, but not the thing, not the total thing itself, because, well, maybe I'm getting a little too deep there for you. I'm asking too many questions. Yes, yes, yes. No self-kind. Dissolution, yes. I have, and you have just given me great context. Super duper. Glad to hear that. Love the depth. Okay. It's 10 after. I like to be done by 8:30 my time so that people don't have to spend all day. But thanks for the questions, Chris. I'm happy to always try to answer the best I'm able to. And the more people ask me questions, the more you make me think about my experience and what I've learned in order to put it in language that can maybe help you. Because I'm always searching for new ways to talk about this. And so let's begin. Now, everybody meditates on their own. I'm going to start my clock up. It's 20 minutes. I'll lick my lips a little bit, kind of settle in. My feet are flat on the floor. I'm going to put my hands down. I might tip my hat down a little bit to cut out the light a little there. All right, I'll see you in 20 minutes. Always relax. Take a breath into your belly. Exhale. Belly breathe. Close your eyes. Repeat your prayer. When your mind wanders, go back to your prayer. Every time your mind wanders, go back to your prayer. It's always a little troublesome to talk after. Kind of turn the mind back on again. I hope you all had a moment or two of deep meditation where you aren't present. You're just being in your breath. And now you get to carry all of that peace with you through your day or your evening, depending upon where you are in the world. And the more you practice, the more you get a belly full. The bigger the reservoir becomes inside you. It stretches, it enlarges, it empties. To have space for the wine of life, the new wine that gets poured inside. And that's why we do this. And I hope that practicing together not only strengthens your personal ritual of it, because ritualizing it matters. Doing it every day, same time, same place helps. But on a spiritual level, that the divine presence magnifies itself inside of all of us as we practice together, even those who practice after watching the video. If you like the video, please like the video. Please subscribe. It helps a lot. I appreciate it. I say, hey, Peter, you're welcome. T.S. Eliot, Still Point. T.S. Eliot, what a great poet. I'll have to look up that poem, Still Point. I'm sure I've read it. I don't recall it off the top of my head, but I'll take a look. I'm a fan. Vicky, I was worried my slight headache would interfere, but I was able to leave it for just a minute. That's good. That's good. Sometimes when we stare at our pain in meditation, we're able to rise above our pain. That's another technique to use. MG, peace be with you, and the new wine too. Peter, Little Gidding, 4 quartets. Yeah, I love the 4 quartets. God, I love those books, those poems. I'm sorry. All right, my friends. I will see you Sunday for Not Church and maybe the Mystic Tea Salon afterwards. Come and discuss. I'll see you then. Peace and love to everybody. Thanks for coming today. Invite your friends to this. Share it with your friends. Same thing with Not Church. We're doing a new thing with the old things. All right, my friends. You're welcome, Russell and Rob. Stay safe down there in Rhode Island that has wicked COVID. So be careful out there. Karen, meditation time with others feels special. Yeah, for sure. Tayana, I am. Thank you for holding this place of peace. Amen. All right. Peace and love. See y'all later. Off to my day.